Hey guys, welcome back to Deandra J, K, and K. My name is Deandra, and today we are talking about Katseye. So, I actually planned to talk about BTS, but a lot has come up. On February 20th, Hybe x Geffen put out a statement saying Manon is taking a break for her well being. Shortly after that, Manon goes onto her Weverse DMs and says, "Hey friends, yeah, actually, I'm doing okay. I'm healthy. Um, I'm okay. But things unfold in ways that we cannot control. I'll see you guys later." So after that, everybody freaked out. I feel like, when I saw it, I was just like, okay, people take mental health breaks at work. And Manon, she's not a stranger to taking breaks at all. And you'll see that in the documentary, and that comes up a lot in conversation. Also, too, in the K-pop industry, people go on hiatus, but also because of the culture in K-pop, they often only take a hiatus if they truly need it, like they are on their last leg. I once saw Jungkook just faint, and he looked awful. They had to pull him off of the stage, and he was like, I was trying to push through. That's how severe and extensive that culture of hard work is in the K-pop industry. And over here in America, we have that grind and hustle mindset as well. We have to realize, like, Manon is from Switzerland, and she has said it herself, I think in an interview, that that's not how they roll. They take breaks over there, which I actually do appreciate. How in Europe and in certain countries, they prioritize mental health, and they take breaks, and they have good paternal leave and maternal leave and all this stuff. Here, it's not like that. And when you're combining such hardworking industries together, I mean, the writing was kind of on the wall, especially with how she went into Pop Star Academy, Dream Academy. It was very like they villainized her based off of her culture. Meanwhile, she was scouted to come into this audition. She did not have a formal background in dance or singing. They wanted her, and they wanted her so much so they were willing to forgive her downsides, such as not working as hard and, not having such a high skill set, just to get this girl in the group. And I remember a specific point in voting. They had put out like a music video, and Manon, she caught everybody's attention because of her visuals. So all that to say, when that happened and people in the Pop Star Dream Academy team noticed how much pull Manon gets because of her aura and her visuals and all of this and that, they said, okay, there is a visual spot usually in K-pop. Let's put her in because she's that girl. She is that girl. She is that girl so much so that when they did debut, this girl was meeting stars before Katseye was even like going into spaces where stars normally they converse with each other, such as the Grammys, the VMAs. Like, we were seeing pictures of Manon with stars, celebrities before most members were. Like, I remember seeing a picture of her with Doja Cat randomly. I was just like, how are you in these spaces? And I think that she has such a unique vibe. Like, even just looking at when they were touring, I believe it was the Atlanta stop, and she like stopped the whole concert to make sure somebody in the front had water because it looked like they were going to pass out. She stopped the whole concert. Mind you, like, the production, they have like set ideas of what's going to happen, what they want to happen. And I actually admire that because I remember a couple of years back with, was it Travis Scott's concert? It was like pandemonium and people were freaking out. It was horrible because you couldn't see into the crowd. That's what his alibi was, that he couldn't really see. But it was so much like heat, and people were like sweating, thirsty, passing out. It was really bad. And people were like crushing into each other. And there were people like running out of the area because of how bad things had gotten. So for Manon to be like, oh no, we're not doing this. Like, this person needs help. We're stopping the whole thing. I feel like that shows her character. It shows that she actually does prioritize well-being and herself. And I think that a lot of the times when you're the one trying to run the show, or you think that your say is so important that you're controlling things, it just doesn't go off well. This is a very controlled environment. I often think to myself that they want to produce leaders. You have leaders such as RM, Bangchan from Stray Kids that, you want their input, because if without it, the group wouldn't really be what the group is. And yet when you have somebody who is not only acting as like the selling point, the face of this brand, but that person is actually advocating for, the people who are making you rich, I think that's very admirable. And there's that. That's just a tip that I am on, that I respect Manon for who she is. I actually fault Hybe. Yes, I do. I not just specifically Hybe, but Geffen, because a joint effort between the two. I think that beyond what has happened, they have not given these girls any great catalog of songs. I mean, when Touch came out, it caught like fire. It definitely had the K-pop earworm that it needed to get their name out there, get the mood set for the group. I can see that they were going for a certain type of vibe. So with that being said, with this new album that we got, Beautiful Chaos, I feel like, and I said this when Gnarly came out, like the music was not good. The Gnarly was not good. MIA was pretty good. It's good. Game Boy, I liked. Gabriella overplayed. I also want to note something interesting, that with the Gabriella performance video, Manon sat out. She was actually on set, but she was injured. Yet with Lara, when she was injured, they found a way to incorporate her into the Game Boy music video. And I understand one is a performance and one is a music video, but come on, why leave one member out? And I mean, it was better than Gnarly. I think it really gave chaos. I feel like I feel like Gnarly low key, you could have seen it in two different ways. You could have saw Gnarly as like this commentary on the landscape in the music industry and how they use, stars, idols to sell, and the people who are looking at them almost like they're influencers. I mean, it's certain words, and I could, we could do a breakdown of Gnarly. I don't think that's really where I want to go with this. What I'm trying to drive into the ground is that sonically, Gnarly sounded a hot mess. Yet it flipped when they did the performance. And I will give it that performance really saved the song. Cool. Y'all did that once, but then you do it again. You do it again with Internet Girl and you lost me. I just feel like it sounded good on stage when they were performing it, but when we're actually talking about the song itself, when you hear it on like Spotify, it's bad. These girls had a bad music catalog. Even I will go as far as to say, even people on TikTok, people who are fans of them, who want to see them do well, me being included, was just like, what is this? We're tired of this like almost rage baiting type music. And Beautiful Chaos. I mean, Beautiful Chaos, right? But I was over it. So I was really looking for like a new album where, Lara and Megan, they put out music and it sounds pretty good. Like, I actually want to hear that in production. I want to hear it like actually be on an album. But I mean, they're not going to do it. I think the American audience is so used to like when girl groups come out, they're vocally strong. When girl groups come out, they have substance. They're talking about something. And I understand not all girl groups need to be serious and talk about something, but I think the way that they marketed Katseye, it was misplaced. The idea for the group was misplaced. It became like tween bubblegum pop slash experimental, and I think we were trying to like work with them until we didn't know where to really put them. And I think that can be cute and great when you fit into a pocket for so long and you're trying to break out of a mold, like a la Rihanna Bad Girl era. But I mean, they just came out, like, what, it's been like a year. I don't think the company is actually going to consider putting good music that was made by the girls on the album, and hopefully in the future they do. But to circle this back around to Manon, I feel like, I say all this to say that the writing feels like it was on the wall. It's a waste of money. Also, speaking about, like, it's a waste of money considering the girls just came out and you're already losing a member. And like, I don't want to be speculative. Like, Manon said at the very end of her cryptic message that she will be back, or she can't wait to see them, her audience, again. So she very well could just come back like next month and everything is blown over and gone and everybody was overreacting. But lo and behold, she went on Instagram and she ended up liking a post about Black girls in girl groups getting like the shit end of the stick with these corporations and these companies, these music companies. And I think that really drove the narrative that they're trying to push her out. I don't know if this document is fake. It feels fake to me. There's a fake document going around. If it's real, I would be shocked. But, you know, you can doctor anything online, and coincidentally, it all fit on one page. I don't think it's real. But, and people were saying it was from TMZ, but when I looked it up, TMZ didn't say anything officially about it. So allegedly, like, I don't think it's real. But yeah, so people are putting this document around. We need to wait this out and see. I think Daniela's dad needs to stay out of girl group business, because he's also fueling the fire. He's making Daniela look horrible. Daniela already had a hate train, so why are you on here making this worse for her? You already reposted some very weird stuff. Like, just stay out of it. You don't see anybody else talking about it. You stay out of it too. There's always that one family member, and it's like, no, just keep your mouth closed. I don't know. Again, I don't know. We can see. We can wait and see. Like I said, everything is speculative. People are like going crazy about all of this. We all don't know. What we do know is Hybe said one thing, Manon kind of said another thing, but at the very end, she co-signed that she'll see her audience again. She said, "I love you endlessly and can't wait to see you again. Can't wait." So, I mean, that could mean in different ways, maybe not with the group, but I don't want to speculate that she'll just never come back, because that would be such a bad move. Like, you would literally be damning the group if she did not come back. And I think they know how popular she is. I'm going to give Hybe and Geffen the benefit of the doubt and say they are not going to make that bad of a move. But then again, like I said, like I went through their whole past year of music, I can't really trust their direction. All right, guys, that's the end of my video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.